And welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal. As long as you are on a sim, we're not responsible for your trades and we're not your financial advisor. Be careful, guys. The market is down, fair enough. We all know that. We are stuck on the ES on the resistance level at 39.73, and we have a very heavy support area at 39.59. So the market is stuck and is going sideways, and you have to be careful how to you need to hold your trades at this moment. We need to see this market going again below the 39.59, and and at this moment there's no hope for the ES to go below the 39.59, and there is no support. I mean, there is no long trade. There is a lot of resistant area, so the market is sitting on the sideway, and this is a really important to stay away from the trouble, and we need to wait a few more minutes before. Now, earlier when we had this trend, all my ES is closed and the Nasdaq is closed. They all hit the target. We can bring the charts and see how they took the trades in a few minutes. The other option you have, if you want to auto trade today, is your CL, to go long on the CL. There is an option there, but for the ES, there is no hope to do any manual trade at this moment, and or auto trade. You're gonna get in trouble. Please, if you need to trade, you are in desperate for a trade. You need to go on a CL, and you need to avoid Nasdaq ES at this moment. Also YM, if you are in a trade, that's fine, like this one here, but do not take any trades on the ES and Nasdaq at this moment. The Nasdaq does not look even better. It looks much worse. On the Nasdaq, there is a lot of lines. There is a lot of what to do when there is a lot of lines. Nothing. Not at this moment, until we see some breakout above the 39.83. Then we can go long. At this moment, we need to sit on a standby until we see this market broke this level here, and there is a lot of weakness at this moment. The buyers are almost as equal as the sellers, and there is the higher time frame from 1 to 30 minutes. Most of it is still in red, and there is no another indication for our traders. The ES, you have one buy signal, you don't have two buy signal. On the Nasdaq, you have two buy signal and one short signal, and the YM have three short signal. So the market is can go on both of direction. This is really important, especially on Friday. You don't want to ruin your weekend over stupid trade. So I strongly advise you to put hold on all your new opening position on the ES or Nasdaq. We started the auto trade at 9 o'clock, and all the ES I have, they closed position and they hit the daily target. So I don't have any more opening position. I can show you all of them they hit. You can see all the auto trades on the ES, and hit position, hit the daily target. can bring all of them down. Whether you are trading range, minutes, they all finished for today, and they all around $1,300 to $1,500 average today on the ES. That's why I don't have any ES open position, and you can see they're all the same number, and also the Nasdaq. I can bring all the Nasdaqs as well, but all the ES has hit the trade for today. The only one made a little bit more than 1400 is the 600 ticks, and those are all my ES. As you see, they already finished for today on the first half an hour of the trade, and on the 500 ticks made 2300. And let me see if it's in. Maybe there is one chart. I cannot say this on a YouTube what you said, but okay, Vito. So all of them they hit the targets, and there is I don't have any more ES to trade with. The same thing apply for the Nasdaq. I'm not gonna bring everything down. All the Nasdaq chart also closed the trade. So the only thing I have left is just a few YM and a CL, a couple of 3 charts, and that's it for Friday. I don't have any opening position. It's an early day today to finish very early. And so if you are insistent on trading, please stick with the CL at this moment. Every time when you see there is a confusion or there is sideways market, on the ES, you turn around on the CL, you will find the CL is trending, because those older guys, they know the routine. And if we notice here, folks, the ES is stuck between the support area at 39.59 and the resistance at 39.74. This is, you should not be touching. This is where 90% of amateur trading start losing money. Do not touch this market until we have an exit somewhere in this market. And the market is not strong enough to penetrate all those walls at this moment. Now, maybe after 5 minutes, things can change. But at this moment, you should not, there is a certain area on the chart you should not mess with, and this is one of them right there. And the Nasdaq does not look good either. So we need to be a little bit more disciplined to understand when it is the best time to unleash an auto trade, to start taking a trade, or when we can just call it standby for another 10 minutes. And then once we have direction, then we go ahead and unleash the auto trade. That will be fine. For our on the less auto trade, we just want to give update to this is to our traders. It is on cases like this, when the market is not trending, the latest auto trade we have sent you for the micro strategy, it is excellent for days like this when the market is not moving. I have some people, they're not even professional traders, and most of them, they start get into I have this gentleman is a new trader. Yesterday I showed you a German guy, and today we're gonna show you a guy made in Australia. And on the same auto trade, and I'm sharing what he's saying here. He's using this auto trade. Hi Sam, made 3,400 on a sim because I said everyone we released this new auto trade, and I want everyone to test it this week. And we have a bunch of traders in Europe and overseas also. They are going live next week, and this is the latest auto trade, and we send you the update. We sent you the update on Monday, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, and 9 a.m. Australian times, market open until the Euro session at 9 p.m. I don't know. And it is he's using the a micro strategy, which is this one here. And I'm sharing what he's put in. He's put in a stop loss 24 and a break even 14 plus 2. Okay, this is the default setting for the auto trade, 14 plus 1 or 14 plus 2. For a break even, the stop loss he's using 24. I don't know number of contract, and he's using the 50 ticks chart, and he nailed 3,400, and he's not the only one. And so on days like this, guys, you have so much tools in your package, from a reversal to institutional automated trade to reversal automated trade. I have Lewis is using a reversal automated trade yesterday, and I shared it with you. He did 14,000 on the ES. Now, I have never seen, for the last 15 years, I have never seen so many traders become successful as this year. And this guy, Lewis, is he got yesterday. I mean, I'm not a wrinkle bar. He is 14,400, and I like it because he is using the symmetry reversal on the reversal auto trade. Another guy is using the micro. Another guy is using the swing trading, and so if you just bear with me a little bit. So for my traders, there is two options you can do. When you first come out and when you see the market is stuck, or if you see no movement in the market, we can use the micro strategy, or we can use the swing trading. Or in that matter, if you have a little beef in your account, we can turn the micro account on the ES, and we can use one or two trades on the swing trading. What we need to do, if you are a little bit more comfortable with your money, is then going to ES, to NASDAQ, to CL, whatever, or you can afford 4 contracts on the NASDAQ or in ES. I prefer you, when you are swing trading, taking 1 contract on the NASDAQ, 1 on the ES, and one on the CL. I prefer for you to have one CL and then one of your favorite ES, NASDAQ, or Dow Jones. Why? Because especially on Friday, there is those older guys you don't see in many places. Those guys, they don't make noises on the internet. They know what they're doing. Even when they come into webinars, they come like a shadow. You don't see them and they leave. They don't give anything, they take. All those guys, I've been trading for 28 years, but most of them, those guys, they are 15 and 18 years old traders. They know the tricks what is on a Friday. They know around 1:30, all those beginners, amateur trading, they trade on the first couple hours and they go. And then they come in the afternoon when the markets start taking direction. So this is an idea to have more horses running in the market than it just go on a full throttle with the amount you have, let's say on 2 or 3 contracts on an ES as an example. So what I'm trying to say, we can spread out the micro accounts on an ES, NASDAQ, CL with 1 or 2 contracts on the micro account. We can put one on a swing trading, and we can put a CL on a swing trading. Now the thing is, if you have money, don't put ES, NASDAQ. Don't do that. Because if the ES is stuck, whether you are manual trading, auto trading, is irrelevant which auto trade you are using. As an example, now the market start showing strength to the long side, and at the same time the NASDAQ follow. But if this ES was still stuck on this double resistance and a double support area, you end up losing money on both of horses if the market is not moving. So what I'm saying is, don't go on auto trading ES, NASDAQ, because they are the same family, the same movement. Despite the NASDAQ for the last 8 years has been moving a little bit independent, but always the NASDAQ stops when there is a major level on the ES. So the smartest way to do it, and I'm not talking about my auto trade, any auto trade out there. Most of those guys, they purchase an auto trade from a guy cannot even trade a paperback, and they left him alone out in the cold in the market and with no direction in the market. So what you need to do, you need to, if you want to auto trade the ES, you put the CL next to it, because when the ES don't make money, the CL make money, and you have more option to run 2 different horses, 2 different races. Because the biggest mistake people are doing, they are auto trading ES and NASDAQ. You don't do that. Take an ES gold. Take an ES 30-year treasury bond. The 30 treasury bond is amazing with your scalper package. It's amazing. And it can run 24. The bonds don't play wishy-washy like the ES, because there is a lot. The bonds are more stable in the market, moves like a tank in the market. But don't auto trade ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones. Because what you're doing, if the ES is trending, you're gonna have a 3 winning. But when the ES does not make your money, your NASDAQ is not gonna make money, and your YM is not making money. So what I'm trying to say, you take one from this What I'm saying is take one of those instruments, despite which one you want to take in ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones. We need to keep our eye on the ES. 1 minute. Doesn't matter which one. If you say I only want to trade Nasdaq, I don't trade ES, we've heard a lot about this. Despite if you are auto trader in Nasdaq, you gotta keep your eye on the ES. You don't keep your eye on the ES, you don't know what you're doing. Even when I'm looking at the DAX in the morning, this is the only luxury time I have. This 2 hours in the morning, early in the morning with the DAX, I keep my eye on the ES. So even if you are a European trader and you trade in the DAX in Deutschland, you still need to keep your eye on the ES. The ES is the only chart you need to keep your eye on it, not the Nasdaq. Because when I see the chart on the ES, I know what's going on in the market. So what I'm saying is, you don't auto trade those three because they are coming from one pack. The ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones. So if I wanted to trade ES, or I want to auto trade Nasdaq, or I want to auto trade YM, I will take a gold, I will take a CL. So you have three different type of horses running in the race. If one of them pass out from eating hamburgers, then you still have the other two running. But this is the biggest mistake auto traders do. They put ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, blah, 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 and then they get lost. Try to take one from each pack. Try to take one. It's a different personality than the other. It's a different pattern than the other. So ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, take one of them and take something else. 30-year Treasury bond is excellent. I don't have any for 30-year Treasury, but I can put one. Take a gold. Take a CL. So you have two different horses in the race. So as we see here, another system estimated 3,990. Now for the guy, it's not, for the last 28 years, the only thing works in this market: identify, trend, pullback, re-entry. So now we are out of this big mess here, because if you have a question, how I'm going to trade all those lines, you don't trade those. You don't trade those. Those lines, when you see things like this, is indicating there is no more short, and those are not tradable. They are not tradable. So this is one big spot from 39.80 all the way to the 39.60 is not tradable. If this market drop, we have a good re-entry at 39.77 as a re-entry long position. Finished. That's the end of the story. So this one here, those lines, eliminate the short trade for you. So now it's out of the way. How, where, and you don't need to. Too much walls, too much floor here. It's not gonna able to break all this, not unless if somebody, there is some kind of breaking news or something, then they become irrelevant. But on a normal movement day, now we eliminate the short trade. Now we understand we have a solid wall, a solid support. If we wanted to take a long trade, we know where we are going to fall, not far. So as a re-entry, we can put the 39.78, and then we can lean on that to go forward with our trade. Simple. For the for the 50 takes, here is the 50 takes for the micro account. And yesterday I was showing it to you that you can sit down because the 50 ticks is very aggressive, and we can take in charge with that trade as much as we want. And as we see here going long, and I see there is no long here because this is the resistance 39.91. So when we are looking at this chart, and the market now is on one trade, you have $50, $100 something. We know here there is a resistance at 39.91. The market start getting stronger. If we look at the momentum in this market, is showing you the market start getting strength. Okay, so at this moment, the ES is struggling to break the 39.91. I'm in a trade. I can see this one here is a risky trade. The minute it gets to the positive, I can go ahead and close it. Whether you have $30, $40 on that trade, $50 on that trade, irrelevant. Because this one here is very smart. What it is going to do is going to average the price. And if the market go against you, it's going to average the price. Look at this. It's going to average the price. And then, it's a very risky because the ES is having a problem. Get rid of that trade. Get rid of it. You see $100, $200, and the market is not going directly to your favor all the time. It's going and playing between the prices. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. Or if you are swing trading and you are on that trade here on the ES, and let's say you have $100 or $200, you see there is a problem, get rid of it. Get rid of it. And it is so obvious, this market here, there is a resistance here, and it's very obvious. This is your re-entry point right there. It's very obvious. This is the re-entry is right there. You should not go short, folks. You should not go short. On that trade, I don't want it. That trade is a losing trade. You should not go short. I'm closing it. I don't want it. And I'm going to pause here. I don't want that trade. Because there is no short. And also, once you start getting familiar with your 1 minute chart, now I close that trade, I resume, and I wanted to only take long trades only. There is no short. By directing, sometimes interfering with the auto trade, your performance can go 100% more. 100% more. I cannot make decision. If you don't know how to make decision, don't trade. Learn. Then start trading. If you don't want to make a decision, you're left out in the cold for the market movement destiny, you know. And don't expect to be consistent, because you are 100% leaving everything to the destiny in the market. But if we can see there is a lot of lines in here, I don't know which one is going to hold. I don't need to sit down and further with every single line. I know there is no short. The only thing, I'm gonna allow this auto trade to take a trade. Now I overwrite this auto trade and closed it, because I don't want it to take a short trade. I wanted to take a long trade. I intervene with the auto trade because I see there is a lot of support here, and I don't need to take a short trade. And then I will wait. The auto trade is smart enough, when the market is start going back to the long trade, is gonna initiate the trades itself. This is not an ATR. This is a price levels. The blue and the red on this chart, they are not ATRs. They are price levels. They are totally different equation than a stupid ATR. So because of because of the environment at this moment, unstable environment, and because was some crashes in the Bitcoin, the gold is back on for trading, and it's been the gold on for trading for a few months now. After the Bitcoin keep receiving a bad news and keep going down, and all this inflation and all this, the gold is back online for auto trading or manual trading. Before this crisis, the best deal you can get on the gold is before the market's open. This is where you can get the best trends on the gold. Once the market open, you stop trading gold. At this moment, because of all the crisis, there is a lot of people refuge to the gold, and the gold is have become, for the last few months, has a good movement. So if I have a bet to auto trade ES and Nasdaq, I prefer to take ES or Nasdaq in conjunction with the CL or gold or 30-year treasury bond. This way, I have two different type of horses running, instead of having all of them from the same family, ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones. So the things is, the reason I wanted this auto trade only take a long trade, because when we have all those lines in here, one of them is going to hold. One of them. At this moment, the market is not strong enough to break every signal, every line. It's not. You can see it from the momentum. The sellers is just one line over the buyers with a 6 different time frame. This is not an attractive to let your auto trade take a short in here. It's not. If this market able to break all those areas here, then once the market go below the 39.58, is tradable short. Right now here, you're going into turbulence, and we don't want this turbulence in our trades on Friday. We don't want it. There is a certain area on the chart you cannot manual or auto trade, and this is one of them. When the market gets into this turbulence, hands off. With all the respect to your knowledge, with all your respect to your auto trade, whatever you got your dishwasher machine from, this area here not tradable. Don't think because you have an ATR auto trade, you're gonna yank the market left and right. The only thing is gonna be yanked is your account. So this is the naivety in the market. Some people are naive. Oh, I'm auto trading. I'm okay. No, no, no. You're not okay. You need to look. No, you're not okay. You will never be okay. You need to look what's going on. You know, you don't go on a jet ski and sharks under your feet. You don't do that. So, as we see here, we know one of those lines is going to hold, and then what is going to happen? The ES is going to start going long, and this is exactly what happened. You see? I don't know if this one going to hold. I don't know if this one going to hold. I don't know if this one going to hold. I can find out from the pressure in the market, but maybe a normal guy cannot. So why messing with this? And there we go. And look at this. Now we are on the right track. And the auto trade, I directed the auto trade to take long because as a manual trader, I only wanted to take long. I don't want to take short. So I'm directing this auto trade to go in the right direction. And I don't want to go short in here. I don't want to go short. And I want to go back again to the micro strategy. Sometimes when we are reversing, we are still on one trade on the micro strategy. Went up to $300-400, and because of this market keep going down, and it's gonna stay above the 39.73. When we are auto trading, and let's say if this market going below the 39.73, I'm overriding this one contract on this micro strategy, and I'm gonna close it. If this market going up, I'm going to leave it, but I keep my hands on the button here. Once this market comes to this system, to the resistance here, I can override it, I can close it, I can, there we go, I take it and then let the auto trade refresh and take a new trade, and there we go. Look, we closed it right in time, and there we go. We're going long again, but this time we're going long on under a lower level. That's very fine. If this market going against us, we're gonna average the price and exit immediately. If this market going to our direction, the auto trade is not gonna do the average price on it, and it's gonna keep going up. So we know this is the support area, and there we go. So for the manual trading, in those conditions here, for a manual trading, let's say if you want to go long or short in here, of course you're not going to go short in here. Stand taking a market order on the long trade. Where is your wick? It's right there. Okay? Then what we do, we put a limited order buy in here. Why? Because when the market going back, if the market now going long and we put an order here, we go with the trend. So what I'm trying to say, when you're trying to take a manual trade, don't go market order. Try to put it on a level or on where is the wick. And if this mark, if you want to go long, we can put a limited order buy at 39.81. If this market go up, we get filled on the way. If the market want to go down, we can dismiss that trade. And this way, when we don't take a market order, this way we can save money. Because if this market turn around and now, as we notice here, start getting red, we're not out of the wood. I will not go short because there is a lot of support area and this is not my game. I want to stay out of it. I want to stay out of it until we see the ES penetrate every single line. If this ES not able to break those area here, I will never let the auto trade take short in here. This is a suicide trade. But what I have a long trade, limited order at 39.84. If this market want to recover and want to go up, I get filled on the way. I minimize my chances of losing a trade. So even for a manual trader, don't take a market order. Try to put it on a level. If I want to go long, maybe I will put a long. It's overwhelming. The support has been holding at 39.74. It's overwhelming. One time, two times, three times, four times, the market came into this number. Here where we can put a limited order on a pullback re-entry or on the breakout at 39.84. But you do not go market order in here. You do not do that. Limited order 39.83.75 or a limited order long at 39.74.25. As we see here, the market is about to break the 39.82, and we can see the market is going to try again retesting the 39.91.50. We can see from here the market is about to break. Look, there is many people, they sit down and screw with our mind about fibs. And each one draw it differently. We're not going to argue about that. But the problem is they get stopped. Once they draw the line, they have no information if this market able to break that line or not. Because they're still missing one wheel. I determine, or I know, this market is going to break that line because from the momentum. You have to remember, you got your fibs, you got your momentum. They work together to determine if we are able to break the fib line or not. This is a decision point when we are trading to understand if this market able to break this line or not able to break it. If we can see this market, the momentum is strong. It's like a pressure in your tire. There is a good pressure in there. Then this trade is long. If the pressure in the market is in red, this means short in here. There are two different entry. It depends. When we land on a fib line, we need to determine which direction we want to go. So what I did a few minutes ago, I directed this auto trade to go long because I am not interested in a short trade. Here it is. So now I can turn it off, the long trade only, and here it is. So if we know we already figure out this market is going to break this last resistance here at 39.82, and now we have strength in the market is going to retest this number here, 39.91. As a trader, what we should do, go to the kitchen window and look at the sky to see when somebody is going to drop $1 on our head. Or what we do, we take this chart and we keep our eye on that number. I have $2,000 ready to spend this weekend. I can close position immediately if the strengths are strong, and I know this fib, we are going to break that fib. We are going from $3,000 to $5,000. So if we notice here, the market is coming to the 39.91. This market, whether you are on a 1 minute, 500 take, and I'm not even looking at the NASDAQ chart. What I'm looking at, 1 minute ES. What is this auto trade? NASDAQ. All what you need, one chart, is the ES. To make decision, you only need the ES chart. So we are coming to this level here. The strength is strong. Whether you are YM trader, ES trader, DAX trader, I keep my eye on the ES. The ES is your light ball to the market. If we look at this condition and this movement on the NASDAQ, it going up and now it's going straight here. And we are really playing a game in here. Either close that trade or let it be, because this market is coming back to the 39.80 as a re-entry long. So we can stay on that trade or we can close position. Takes 1 second to close position, secure a profit. We had a couple losing trade before that. We secure profit. We recover the losing trade plus profit. We're done for today. And as you see, the ES is going back here. So you can take any ES and direct it to the long trade. And look, the market came in, it's coming to the support area at 39.82. Re-entry is right there, 39.80. The market is strong so far. Look at this. The momentum, the pressure in the market is strong. That's very good. This means the market indicate that it's trying to retest this number here, 39.91. There is no short trade. Because of how you can trade those lines. You cannot trade those lines. Those lines indicate for you stay away from. That's what those lines state. And now the market is going to be re-entered. There is two re-entry here. The first one, support area, is a high risk, 39.82. The re-entry, the proper re-entry, the market here, the chart has put it for you, 39.79, confirmed by the fib line. And this is a long entry. Right there. Look at it. If we break below that line, you close the auto trade, whether it's NASDAQ, YMES, you close it. Look, here's the line. Here is the pressure in the market. They work together. If this market break the 39.70, I close that auto trade. As long as this market above, even it's a NASDAQ, irrelevant. YM, irrelevant. The ES is the boss. Like my wife, she's the boss in the house. You know, and 39.79, this is the re-entry. We don't need to be genius. When you see this line and you're taking a long trade, if the market go below that line on your chart, close your long trade. The long trade is finished. Managing the auto trade are the key, not the auto trades itself. And this one here, you have 4,600. Before you start seeing your profit disappearing, just let's see what's going on. And it is finished. Close. Finished. That trade is finished. So we override the auto trade. If you are using the trailing stop on an auto trade, all our auto trades have a trailing stop. If you are using a dummy trailing stop, no matter how far it is, your trailing stop, you will never see thousands of dollars on a trade. You will never see thousands of dollars on a trade. We have people from India, they call 24 hours trying to sell us insurance. You block the number, they call back with a different number. You block the number, they call back with a different number. And I don't know why they want to sell insurance. How if something happened to you, how they gonna do? How they gonna make it? They're gonna bring you to India? I don't know how they do this. So Yeah, maybe they fly you on a helicopter to India. Um, Also, be careful. There is, I heard this morning, there is a one he has downloaded from, he thought he was downloading the software from Microsoft for his ledger, and it turned out um, he downloaded it from a hacker and was not a Microsoft. And he put his numbers, his passwords, and his $200,000 disappeared. So please be careful uh, if you're trying to download anything. And one time I called my broker, and I had a guy, he was not from USA. Um, and I immediately got suspicious with him. I told him, you know what? I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to give you my account. I will email my broker. And I went and emailed because he was not he was not from USA. So what I'm saying is, you gotta be careful with those. You know, a lot of fraud. Yes, 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 Danielle. Yes, you know. So um, so this poor guy downloaded the software, and it turned out it was hackers. I don't know where they're from, and he put his passwords, his 12 passwords in there. He turned around, they were gone, to his life account. So be careful with those phone calls, and be careful when you're trying to download software. Also, um, uh, one time I was trying to log into my bank, and I always try to look at the domain, because sometimes you end up on a web page. It looked like your bank, but there is just couple words in there. It's different on the domain address, and then you wind up logging in to somebody else designed that website. So please be careful. Like those people, they call in day and night. They want to sell me insurance in India. I don't know how they're gonna transport you if something happened, or they want to sell you car insurance or health insurance. Yeah. So let's go back to trading. The market came in, tested the 39.91, and almost got the 39.91. By the way, we have a lot of good, smart Indians. We have a lot of clients from India, and they are very nice people. Does not mean, when we are talking about a company from India, does not mean all the country. No, God forbid. We have very good size of clients from India, and we have a bank working with us for many years, because he said our software, the only one, works for their system. So, um, and they're all polite. The ones we experience with, they are nice people, polite. There are some of them in Canada, USA. Some of them are in India. Some of them are in England, and they are very nice culture people, very friendly. We have one Indian guy. He bought 4 or 5 licenses from us. His name Ramesh. He's a wonderful guy, businessman, good trader. There is a lot of good people. But what happened? Couple companies, they can make a bad reputation for everyone. But it does not mean as a country. What I'm saying is, there is so many frauds worldwide, uh, from everywhere, from USA to Europe to Hong Kong, Malaysia, everywhere. So you guys, be careful. If you have a ledger, try to because this poor guy today lost 200,000. Try to download, and always when you're trying to log into your bank, look at the domain. Make sure it is the proper domain, it's not redirected or something like this. Um, and if you are suspicious, um, don't give information on the telephone. Like what I did when I called my broker, I said I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm gonna email my broker, and I did. I asked for support by email. I didn't want to talk to anyone because um, raise my suspicion. I'm talking to a wrong guy. Again, the ES is climbing to 39.91. Uh, there is nothing we can do. We just waiting on this ES to exceed the 39.91, and I'm gonna stay quiet a little bit before I get in trouble, and we'll see if this ES. At this moment, we are from 39.74, which we called it for you, and the destination is 39.91. Nothing has happened, so we will wait a few more minutes to see if we are able to cross the 39.91. Look at this, folks. We broke that line. To all our traders, when this line is broken, you close every long position you have. This line is not made for decoration. This line here, when the market goes below, you override the auto trade and you close all the trades. Because now we are going short. And if you look 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, we have a bunch of lines in here, and now they sprayed out. Now it's tradable. Now there is no more turbulence. Once we break this line, we are on the green to go short. So when you see a bunch of lines, as an example, this NASDAQ here is going to be spaced out immediately. Once it breaks some levels, it's going to start space out and re-engage different levels. So as we see now from the ES, once we broke that line here, you need to close all your auto trades going long, all of it. And once this number penetrated, if we look at the pressure in the market, there is sellers, it's blinking, there is sellers, and the momentum switching from long to short. This means the pressure is down, and the sellers with the 6 different time frame is going above the buyers. A little bit above the buyers is very fine. It's very fine. So this means no more bets to the long side, and you should not allow your auto trade to take longs anymore. Simple. We can optimize the auto trade for trailing stop, stop loss, time frame, whatever, but our eyes should never leave the 1 minute chart. And it's very healthy if you are sitting 8 hours or 5 hours behind the computer. Don't occupy your eyes with P&L. It's just a P&L. Try to let your eye get used to the 1 minute chart ES, because the gate to the success in the trading, not your dishwasher machine called auto trade in the market. The gate to success is to put the 1 minute chart ES. This is the gate to enter success. This is where you enter, and the chart spot a light on you to make decision in the market. This is the chart. It's gonna make you manage your auto trades. This one, not the auto trade, not the optimization. The auto trade does do his job. He can take short, long at the precise timing. There's no problem there. Not with our auto trades. Of course, if you are using an ATR or a MACD, good luck with that. But when we are directing the auto trade, don't go long anymore. You're cutting off your losses by 50%. 50%. Your performance gets better. Anything below that line is short only. Anything above that line is long only. Simple. You don't need to waste 10 years learning price action. Or well, like what I have said yesterday, there is somebody is going to give you a diploma if you pay him a $25,000. And if you want a higher education, he can suck another $10,000 from your account to teach you how to trade a MACD and an ATR. Good luck with that. So let's keep it simple. We don't need to learn price action. What we need to do, above that number, you direct your auto trade long. Below that number, the line, this moving average here, you go short. If you notice here how this line was moving, moving with the market, it's the same one. This is the same one. And if you notice from here, from 1041, stayed on one line, on one number. You can see how the price was moving, and you can see it stayed in here ahead of time, did not follow the market, and it stayed in that. And now is indicating the short is in order. And again, to the manual trading, once we cross this line, this is a short. Another thing is also, when we take a short from here on a sim, I'm not your financial advisor, we know already the destination of that trade. If it's gonna make $100 or $2,000 or $3,000, we know already where it's gonna halt. That ES is on the double support area, so we already determine that trade, how much money is in it, whether we are manual trading or auto trading. If this market come into this double support area, to our traders, to our members, every time you see double support, double resistance, get ready or cash in. Because most of the time, when you see double support or double resistance, the market halt on that double support or double resistance. If there is a lot of short strings, there is a trending market, it will stop on the double support and try to break that line to go to the lower level. So the chart is not just a chart, it's in pieces. So if this short come in here, it's gonna hold. If the market is strong enough, we're gonna go to the next level. So when you are auto trading short, any given chart, whether YM, NASDAQ, ES, doesn't matter. I'm not looking at the PNL. I'm keeping my eye to see the double support area close, or let it be, and then I will deal with it on the next level. The market is levels. It's not just a dishwasher machine. You put 10,000 and it's gonna bubble up to 100 because we have beautiful eyes. No. This is a problem. Once we cross this problem, we go to the next problem. So the market is in pieces. The decision is made on that auto trade. Yes, it can close itself. I don't need to do anything. I can use a trailing stop. Let me tell you, if you are using trailing stop on that chart, you will never see $7,000 on any trade. Because if you were trailing stop on that any given chart, your trailing stops works against you. They don't work for you. Whoever told you to optimize a trailing stop is an idiot. He don't know how to trade. Because when you are trading and when the market goes down here, no matter how far you are, when the market goes back a little bit, it's gonna knock you out of the trade. Your average trade is around $200-300 when you are, even if you have it very far, maybe you can go $400 on a trade. And if you did not get stopped out in here, when the market went farther down, you would have got stopped out in here on that week. You see? That's why trailing stop work against you does not work for you. But when you are looking at the 1 minute, I know this market dropped. There is now the double support become a double resistance. The market is going farther down, and I can secure some of these trades by initiate buy order or secure something in there. But then remember, You can secure some of your profit, but if the market came in, it's going to deactivate your auto trade. It's not my auto trade, it's Ninja Trader. If you're gonna take one of those contracts out manually, your auto trade will be deactivated. You need to finish it. You can secure some of the profit here and you let it go. If the market go further, I can take, let's say if you are securing some of your profit, if the market go further, I can lower it a little bit. If the market come into support area, I can lower it a little bit, secure some of my profit manually. Don't ever use a trailing stop. Trailing stop, you will never see $1,000 trade in your life. What you were told is wrong. That's why all our auto trades have a trailing stops, and I don't use a trailing stop. What I do, I use a break even, and I decide how I wanted to override by closing the auto trade and say I'm done, or I'm going to leave it. And if this market gonna go further and it's going to this area, maybe I will close it in here. The difference between here and here is $3,000. The thing is, you should never get rid of a winning trade. Never. When you have a winning trade, you have to milk it to the last tick, because we don't know the next trade is going to be a winning trade and it's going to expose our accounts. You never get in a hurry to exit out of a winning trade. Never. You stay with it until you suck the last blood out of it, and then you dump it to those amateur traders. So the difference between whether it is a YM, NASDAQ, I'm not looking at the YM chart, I'm looking at the ES to make my decision if I want to keep it or get rid of it. So you can secure some of the profit. This market right now, as we see here, there is a double support area. If I can nail it to this place, then it will be $10,000. It will not be $7,000. And there is a lot of back up here supporting my back on a resistance. I'm not worried about it. Folks, that's all what we have for you this week. We wish you a very pleasant weekend, and we will see our members on Monday for a webinar. Thank you very much, and God bless.